Welcome in, everybody. This is the pregame to the big Crossroads League matchup where we're going to honor our senior tonight, Treasure Hurst.
Today is senior day at the Hudson Athletic Center, and today the women's basketball program in St. Francis is going to recognize Treasure Hurst. Senior, the women's basketball program.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
The Chapel Project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, We're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit summitcitysports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting me up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Blood flow restriction training is a new treatment technique we're using at Parkview Sports Medicine that helps us stay on the cutting edge. This type of training is not only new to Parkview Sports Medicine, but in physical therapy as a whole. And it's really gaining popularity because it solves one of the fundamental problems that we see in therapy. We have a lot of patients who we can't put a lot of stress through their injured tissue, but we still want them to get stronger and still want them to gain muscle size. Blood flow restriction training uses a specialized piece of equipment, a blood flow restriction cuff, that fits around the upper portion of an arm or a leg. Doing that, then it partially restricts, but not totally occludes the blood flow going to the limb.
I thought it was gonna hurt, and it does kind of feel weird, but doesn't hurt or anything. I just didn't really know what to expect. Well, you put it on and then you have to lay down and let it calibrate, and it like gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And then after that, get in your position to do your workout and then press the inflate button and it'll squeeze your leg or your arm.
What the research is telling us about training with blood flow restriction is that the buildup of the lactic acid and the metabolic stress that we're putting on these tissues helps you gain strength and muscle size similar to that of training at high intensity.
Compared to like a normal workout, the burn comes like within the third rep, and then the 30-second break in between, there's no like recovery. I can see the difference and feel the difference. It feels a lot more effective than just doing normal exercises.
Blood flow restriction training is the perfect tool to solve that fundamental problem. But this is something that you don't see everywhere, and you don't see very many places in Indiana at all.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off. Welcome in, everybody. This is our Crossroads League doubleheader, game number 1. Your University of St. Francis Lady Cougars, ranked number 25 in the country, taking on Mount Vernon Nazarene University. Wynn and the 25th ranked University of St. Francis will most likely finish tied with Huntington University for 4th place in the Crossroads League. And if USF is tied with Huntington, the Lady Cougars own the tiebreaker for the Crossroads League tournament 4th seed over Huntington. The Lady Cougar also earlier today honored Treasure Hurst on the traditional senior day. Treasure has played in 18 games in 3 seasons at USF, scoring 12 points. She's a nursing major and will also earn a health and psychology minor. She is on the Dean's List and has earned a Clinical Excellence Award in nursing. USF enters today's final regular season game tied with Huntington and Grace for 4th place in the Crossroads League. Huntington plays host to Bethel College, and Grace travels to Crossroads leading Taylor University today. At a Huntington win and a Taylor win assures USF the 4th seed in the Crossroads League tournament quarterfinals on Tuesday. So that means the Lady Cougars would host their first CL tournament game here at the Hut. Mount Vernon Nazarene dropped its final 2 home games of the season, 64-61 to number 8 Taylor and 78-62 to number 7 Marian University on Wednesday night. MVNU is 6-9 in road games, while USF is 6-5 at home this season. USF has dropped 3 consecutive games at Hutzel Athletic Center, most recently a 70-63 decision to Grace College on February the 6th. The Lady Cougars have won back-to-back road games, including a 74-50 decision at Bethel on Wednesday night. USF won the first game 60-49 at MVNU. That was on January the 19th. A few names to keep an eye out for in this contest for MVNU. It's Taylor Gregory, the sophomore. She was a Crossroads League Newcomer of the Year last year, making the Crossroads League All-Freshman team. And the junior, Danny Ellerbrock, a point guard who ranks number 14 in the country with 133 assists under her belt. This is a team that can play good defense. They rank number 29 in the country, holding teams to just 37% shooting from the field. And they have 1,145 total rebounds under their belt, which ranks them number 27 in the country. They also rank number 7 in blocked shots with 118, and Gregory ranks number 2 in the country, averaging 2.7 block shots per game. She has 79 total. Folks, we're going to send it down now to our PA announcer for the starting lineups, the national anthem for today's game.
Let us pray. Loving Lord, we thank you for what you've given us and gift of this day, these athletes, coaches, officials, and fans. Keep us all safe today, free from harm and injury. Help us to love and respect each other and ourselves. And in the words of St. Francis, enlighten the darkness of our minds and hearts. Give us a right faith, a firm hope, and a perfect charity, so that we may always in all things act accordingly to your holy will. Amen. Please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem by the Cougars that day.
So there we have it, folks. Starting lineups for today's contest. Once again, it's Taylor Gregory, Cassidy Kane, Danny Ellerbrock, Rachel Parks, and Rachel Perry for Mount Vernon Naz. And for St. Francis, Sydney Crow, Lauren McBriar, Savannah Buck, Kara Gurka, and the senior Treasure Hurst. Getting the start tonight for the Cougars from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Kara Gurka in the center circle, ranks number 13 in the country. That's Taylor Gregory right there, the sophomore, number 40. Gurka, ranks number 13 in the country, shooting 53% from the field. Kara Gurka, a All-American just a year ago here for St. Francis. So possession arrow will go now to the Lady Cougars. And possession going to stay with Mount Vernon Naz. On the whistle, hitting the floor was Sydney Crow for St. Francis. On the inbound pass, that's number 12, Danny Ellerbrock. She really burst on the scene her freshman year, now a junior. One of the top, well, I guess she's more of a veteran now, but one of the top point guards in the Crossroads League is Danny Ellerbrock. She is from Ottawa, Ohio. The first one is a three-pointer made by number 10 for Mount Vernon, Rachel Parks. Rachel Perry, entering today, averaging 7.4 points per game. That's her first three-pointer made on the season. Savannah Buck driving baseline, kicks back out. Good ball rotation from the Lauren McBriar. Floater in the lane is strong, and that's going to be swiped away by Hurst. 3-0 your score here. Mount Vernon Naz, once again, losers of 2 straight against Marion and Taylor University, both of those at home. Taylor only beat them 64-61. Pull-up jumper off glass is no good by Ellerbrock. Buck quickly gets it down, looking inside for Gurka. Now it's Crow being guarded by Gregory, the big center. Gregory listed at 6'2". Three-pointer, Buck. That one just tailing off to the right. With the rebound was Cassidy Kane, number 15. Ellerbrock being picked up by Crow. Man-to-man defense right now for St. Francis. Looks like a 2-3 zone, for the Lady Cougars. And keeping that ball alive was number 2, Rachel Perry. Perry is a sophomore from Lebanon, Ohio. Lebanon High School, as that's going to be stolen away from Gregory by McBriar. First time these two teams met up is Hurst down low. Gets the first bucket of the game for St. Francis, the senior Treasure Hurst. First time these two squads met up, Cougar defense was on point. They held Taylor Gregory to just 9 points. She was 3 of 11 from the field. Ellerbrock 2 of 5 from the field with just 6 points. Another three-pointer. That one by Cassidy Kane. Driving from the top of the key. Throwing it up with the right hand was Gurka. She and Gregory battle for it. It's Ellerbrock working off a pick. And travel going to be called on number 12. Try to get the live stats started for you guys. Down low, Crow kicks back out into Gurka. McBriar just went through her fingertips. McBriar, who had tweaked that knee, you can see her wearing the brace on the right knee, and that was in the Grace game. That was a hard drive to the cup where she did finish. And we got a foul going to be called on 21, Gurka with the push. Ellabrock on the dribble drive, goes up the left hand, too strong. Danny Ellabrock is the team's third leading scorer, averaging 8.3 points per game while only shooting 30% from the field. Gurka down low, goes off glass, her first 2 points of the game. Pass out of the corner. That's going to be Gregory for three. Off the heel and rebounded by Hurst. Gregory entering today to shooting 27% from beyond the arc, but has taken the most three-pointers on the team. That's Sydney Crow with the left-handed finger roll. We are tied at 6. Good strong take by Crow. On the wing is Kane looking down low. We're trying to get it to Rachel Perry. And 5 seconds going to be called. Another turnover as Emma Applegate's going to enter the game for Treasure Hurst. So good 4.5 minutes put in by the senior Hurst, a nursing major. Buck over the timeline. Savannah on the near wing finds McBriar. Now it's Crow being guarded by Gregory out of the corner. Good drive by Sydney. Look for the scoop shot. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Three-pointer by McBriar knocks it down. First three-pointer taken is good by Lauren McBriar. The Cougars go up now 9-6. Once again, St. Francis gets the win and Taylor wins today. Then it looks like the Lady Cougars will be hosting that first round of the Crossroads League. That's this Tuesday. It'll be number 5 versus number 4 in that situation. Another triple, and we need to have a timeout here called by Mount Vernon Naz as Gurka hits it from downtown. Let's take a look at that first bucket here by University of St. Francis. Great steal there by Lauren McBriar. In transition, Hurst gets behind the defense and lays it in. The senior Treasure Hurst getting it done here on Senior Day. Here in the first quarter, a near steal by Savannah Buck. Savannah entering today with 49 steals under her belt. That's 8 more than McBriar, who's got 41. Her 49 steals are more than anybody else in this game. Danny Ellabrock behind her with 43. So there you see Ellabrock does get her first 2 points of the game, pull her team within 4. Crow out of the corner. Three-pointers left short. With the rebound for MVNU, that's Elizabeth Fee. As Fee looks down low, Perry. Good help defense by Savannah Buck out of this zone. That's what the Lady Cougars did so well in the first matchup against these Ohio Cougars. Perry comes out. Gregory skip pass finds Ellerbrock. Left-hand dribble drive, and Ellerbrock's going to be called with the travel. She lost her pivot foot. The Emma Applegate to inbound it for St. Francis. Spring Arbor is hosting Goshen today. Huntington's hosting Bethel. Taylor hosting Grace. That's the big one. We got the live stats up. Cougars shooting 50% from the field on 5 of 10 shooting. MVNU 3 of 9 currently. As Ellerbrock keeps it alive to Cassidy Kane. And stepping on the baseline, that's another turnover by MVNU. They now have 4. Mount Vernon Naz in that first matchup shooting 33% from the field while holding St. Francis to 30% shooting. They were 2 of 16 from three-point land. Gregory going 0 of 4. Shot 65% from the free throw line. They did out-rebound St. Francis 47-33 and turned the ball over 8 more times, 19-11. McBriar, deep 3. That one's left short. Rebounded by Fee. Ellerbrock goes outside. Good behind the back. And strong take by number 23, Kayla Havorka. She's a freshman from Salem, Ohio. She'll head to shoot 2. On the season, the 84% free throw shooter, hitting 36 of 43, averaging 6.4 points per game. So the first one is good. It's Whitney Will checking in for Gurkha. Taylor Gregory does lead the Crossroads League with 15 double-doubles on the season. Kendall Bradbury, 13. Deja Cyrus from Marion, 13. Nicole Agnostic from Indiana Wesleyan with 10. Brooke Saylor. Another three-pointer for the Lady Cougars. So 15-12 is your score. That was Emma Applegate hitting the triple. Emma entering today the team's 4th leading scorer, really 3rd, while shooting 25% from three-point land. Lindley Kistler's in there, but Lindley only had 6 games under her belt before tearing the ACL. Offensive board, good tip out by Applegate to McBriar. Ellerbrock with the defense on Buck, did get a hand on that pass, and that's going to be turned over. That was Lauren McBriar looking down low on the block. Now into the game is 0-0, Maggie Colbenz. Colbenz, a freshman from Apple Creek, Ohio. Cougars putting on the press. And Ellerbrock picks it out of the air. Possession will stay with MVNU. 21 seconds remaining on the shot clock. So Crow's going to check back in, this time for Savannah Buck. On the trigger is the freshman, Havorka. Three-pointer by Ellerbrock is good. That'll tie this game up at 15. So Danny Ellerbrock now, 2 of 4 from the field and 1 of 1 from three-point land. Applegate down on the block. That's rebounded by Perry. Rachel Perry, listed at 5'9". She's a forward, spending a lot of time down low on the block. Spin move by the freshman, looks for Perry. That's going to be another turnover. Close proximity. As Applegate's going to check out, Gurka back in. Approaching 30 seconds left to play. 10-second difference between the game and the shot clock. Will with the ball fake. Perry going to be called with the reach in. Sydney Crow to inbound it. Shot clock is off. 24 and counting. See if the Lady Cougars hold for the last shot here. Ella Brock forcing Crow to her left dramatically. Ella Brock very active down there. And with about 5 foot spacing, it's Crow that lost the pivot foot with the turnover, so 7.5 seconds remaining. Plenty of time to get a good shot off here for MVNU. Ella Brock hesitation, that goes right through the hands of Elizabeth Fee. Fee only shooting 28% from three-point land, but is averaging 8.8 points per game. Half court, that one's left short. So that will do it for the first quarter. We are tied at 15. We'll be right back with you with more Lady Cougar basketball here from the Hutzel Athletic Center.
Restriction training is a new treatment technique we're using at Parkview Sports Medicine that helps us stay on the cutting edge. This type of training is not only new to Parkview Sports Medicine, but in physical therapy as a whole. And it's really gaining popularity because it solves one of the fundamental problems that we see in therapy. We have a lot of patients who we can't put a lot of stress through their injured tissue, but we still want them to get stronger and still want them to gain muscle size. Blood flow restriction training uses a specialized piece of equipment, a blood flow restriction cuff that fits around the upper portion of an arm or a leg. Doing that, then it partially restricts, but not totally occludes the blood flow going to the limb.
I thought it was gonna hurt, and it does kind of feel weird, but doesn't hurt or anything. I just didn't really know what to expect. Well, you put it on and then you have to lay down and let it calibrate, and it like gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And then after that, get in your position to do your workout and then press the inflate button and it'll squeeze your leg or your arm.
What the research is telling us about training with blood flow restriction is that the buildup of the lactic acid and the metabolic stress that we're putting on these tissues helps you gain strength and muscle size, similar to that of training at high intensity.
Compared to like a normal workout, the burn comes like within the third rep. And then
so here to start the second quarter, possession arrow in favor of the Lady Cougars of St. Francis. Good ball movement down low as Gurka finishes for her third bucket of the game. She now has 7 points. The assist going to Savannah Buck. She ranks number 6 in the country, averaging 5.4 assists per game, has 151 under her belt. Ella Brock averaging 4.6 assists per game. So we got a foul, and heading to the free throw line will be number 11, Elizabeth Fee. Foul goes against Gurka. That'll be her second, team's first. Fee, a 73% free throw shooter, hitting 45 of 62. She averages 28.6 minutes played per game. Ella Brock, who was honorable mention last year as a sophomore, All Crossroads League. Ella Brock averaging 33.8, which is a team best and more than any other player in this game. Savannah Buck averaging 33.7, so she barely holds that. Second one is no good after the make, and that's offensive board by Gregory. That's what Gregory can do. Once again, one of the best rebounders in the country. She ranks number 9 with 299 boards under her belt, and ranks number 11 in the country with averaging 10.3 rebounds per game. Right now, MVNU with 5 turnovers, St. Francis with 3. Lob pass down low, extra pass, and the ball fake, easy bucket for Koblenz. Excuse me. That was Madison near number 5 with the pass. And foul gonna go against Koblenz. Koblenz, that'll be her first. Savannah Buck with the inbounds. McBriar gets her second three-pointer. That'll extend the Lady Cougar lead 20-15. Good ball catching on the run. Koblenz, that was halfway down, no good. And fighting for the rebound was Whitney Will. Savannah Buck. As Hurst with the bounce pass. Once again, just tight quarters there, hard for Will to handle. So now to inbound it is Cassidy Kane. Number 2 up top is Perry. Now Gregory. He's got 15 on the shot clock, so plenty of time for this MVNU squad. Just a little bit too strong there on that take by Rachel Parks. Rachel, senior, getting the start in this last regular season game. As her shot was off the mark. That was Kane with the rebound. Perry, once again, averaging 7.4. Some long strides there for Gregory. She could not finish. So they're going to call a jump ball there, which will switch the possession arrow over to St. Francis. Ella Brock back into the game. Dejanay Hinton checking in for Crow. It'll be Ella Brock to inbound it. Gregory slips down to the block. And that's going to be a foul on Hurst. As heading to the free throw line is Rachel Perry. Rachel Perry's first trip to the charity stripe. She's a 59% free throw shooter, hitting 38 of 64. That first one is no good. We're tied at 15. After one, both of those free throws no good for MVNU. It's Lauren McBriar, already 2 of 3 from three-point land here for St. Francis. Hitting walled off, and traveling going to be called on Dejanay. And she was being guarded tightly by Cassidy Kane, number 15. St. Francis, 8 of 18, shooting 44% from the field. Mount Vernon Nass, 6 of 15, shooting 40%. St. Francis has yet to attempt a free throw in this game. And St. Francis being out-rebounded right now, 12-9 against this team with Gregory as she will travel. Gregory leading the Crossroads League, averaging 10.3 rebounds per game. Next closest, Brooke Saylor from Huntington, averaging 9.1. And total rebounds really isn't even close, as Gregory has 43 more rebounds than Saylor. So it's Crow to inbound it right now for St. Francis. Will Gregory be All Crossroads League first team? We will see. Good swipe. That was number 10 on the baseline for MVNU. Rachel Parks. Parks gets it back out of the corner. Left-hand dribble drive. Looked to split defenders. Could not finish. Dejanay now running with the Cougs. Tying McKenzie to her right. McKenzie camped out of the corner. Bucks get pass over to Hinton. Crow looking down low has Whitney Will, but she'll go straight to the cup. Lady Cougars up now 22-18 over MVNU. Sorry about the scoreboard. 5:45 left to play. Ella Brock goes up top. Gregory's pass looked like it might have been taken by Tyon McKenzie. And a loose ball going to be kept alive by St. Francis. These refs really letting them play today. Will all alone in the lane, and she'll be fouled by number 2. For Rachel Perry, that'll be her second and the team's third. Men's game will start up about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this game. We'll end this broadcast and start up the men's YouTube broadcast as Whitney hits her first free throw. Whitney, a 73% free throw shooter, hitting 32 of 44. She averages 5.5 points per game and 2.7 rebounds per game. Will, in her sophomore year, really becoming a defensive force here for the Cougs. We're up right now by 6. Gregory's still having a hard time getting going, and she has yet to score. Just 0 for 1 from the field, but there you go. It's a good way to shut the commentator up. She gets her first 2 points for Gregory. So that foul is going to be called against Kane, her first, team's third. Hinton nearly dribbled that one off her leg, and now it's stolen away by Havorka. Gregory topped the key with the crossover on Will, and she is blocked, but they're going to call a foul on Whitney Will. Look clean from this angle. Will, that'll be her first, team's third. Both teams now sitting with 3 fouls. Gregory, a 64% free throw shooter, hitting 93 of 146. The first one is good. Lauren McBride checking back into the game for Hinton. Second one good as well. That'll pull MVNU to within 2. Back and forth action here from the hut. Kara Gurka leads all scorers right now with 7 points. McKenzie on the far wing. Gets it into Crow. Left-hand scoop shot is good. Sydney Crow putting in work down on the block for your Lady Cougs. She now has 6. Out of the corner, the baseline dribble drive is no good for Havorka. Will, top of the key. Crow, another dribble drive, leaves it up for Will. McBriar ball fake, and the triple is good. Her third triple of the game. She now has 9. A big three-pointer by Lauren McBriar to extend this lead to 7 points. Lob pass into Gregory down low. Big collision. Foul is going to be called on the floor. And it goes against Crow with the push, her first, team's 4th. On the inbound is Ellerbrock. Danny looking down low for Gregory. There's way too much congestion. 3 St. Francis players surrounding him. So the junior point guard needs to make a better decision than that. McKenzie now going straight to the cup. And she's fouled. That's going to be called against Gregory, her first, team's 4th. A smack on the arm. Taya McKenzie shooting 37% from the free throw line, hitting 7 of 19. Her minutes have been picking up as of late. First free throw gives St. Francis now 30, up by 8. Second one's no good, rebounded by Will. So nice offensive rebound and a deep three-pointer, McBriar. That one just left short. Now in transition, Ellerbrock, bounce pass gets away from Kane. No foul called on the block. Wow. Not sure what the refs, like I said though, they are letting them play today. Another shot blocked by Gregory. The Lady Cougars traveled to Goshen and beat the Maple Leafs 72-36 a week ago. Kara Gerger led the team with 21 points as McKenzie comes up with a steal. But in that game, Tyon McKenzie had 11 points for a career high, so it's kind of a breakout game for Tyon. Three-pointer. McBriar now has missed the last 2 as Gregory comes up. And no, we got a jump ball, possession arrow in favor of MVNU. Just 2:07 remaining. Shayna Temple is going to check in for McBriar. Looks like Huntington is beating Bethel 32-24, and Grace is on top of Taylor 28-27. So the only thing that could keep St. Francis from not hosting a Crossroads League tournament game would be a Grace win at Taylor. Temple down low. Did not finish, but what a find by Emma Applegate. That's rebounded by Koblenz. Koblenz goes up top to Gregory. A spin move on the baseline. Gets her own rebound and finishes. Koblenz now has 4 points. As MVNU pulls within 6, that's going to be a turnover by St. Francis on the travel. Turnovers now MVNU 9, St. Francis with 8. Koblenz back over to Ellerbrock. Ellerbrock scoop shot, lays it in off glass. Danny Ellerbrock now with 7 points. On the other end, Sydney Crow does the same. Crow with 8. Her team up by 6. Good job stopping ball by the Lady Cougar defense. Top of the key, three-pointer. Left rim's no good. Temple with the board. That was Fee with the 3-ball attempt. Shayna Temple hits the court hard. She'll pop back up as the foul goes against Koblenz. That'll be her second and the team's 5th. Put the Lady Cougars in the double bonus. So the first free throw is good by Shayna Temple. She's now shooting 67% from the charity stripe on the season, hitting 14 of 21. Ellerbrock's going to get some instruction from her coach, Amanda Short, who's in her 4th season here at MVNU. So it's MVNU. 5-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Brock has Gregory down on the block. He's gonna have to get out of the lane. 3-pointer. That one's good, and the foul by Applegate. Kayla Lavorka, the freshman, knocks down the triple. Entering today, she's shooting 32% from three-point land, hitting 29 of 92. And she's an 84% free throw shooter. In this game, she's 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. She could not complete the 4-point play. Her team down by 4. And Crow looks like she's going to get all the way to the cup and lays it in at the buzzer. Sydney Crow, outstanding with 10 points here in the first half. Lady Cougars lead it 35-29. We'll take a break here in the booth and be back with you for the second half here from the Hutzel Athletic Center.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
The Chapel project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. new equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit summitcitysports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Blood flow restriction training is a new treatment technique we're using at Parkview Sports Medicine that helps us stay on the cutting edge. This type of training is not only new to Parkview Sports Medicine, but in physical therapy as a whole. And it's really gaining popularity because it solves one of the fundamental problems that we see in therapy. We have a lot of patients who we can't put a lot of stress through their injured tissue, but we still want them to get stronger and still want them to gain muscle size. Blood flow restriction training uses a specialized piece of equipment, a blood flow restriction cuff, that fits around the upper portion of an arm or a leg. Doing that, then it partially restricts, but not totally occludes the blood flow going to the limb.
I thought it was gonna hurt, and it does kind of feel weird, but doesn't hurt or anything. I just didn't really know what to expect. Well, you put it on and then you have to lay down and let it calibrate, and it like gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And then after that, get in your position to do your workout and then press the inflate button and it'll squeeze your leg or your arm.
What the research is telling us about training with blood flow restriction is that the buildup of the lactic acid and the metabolic stress that we're putting on these tissues helps you gain strength and muscle size, similar to that of training at high intensity.
Compared to like a normal workout, the burn comes like within the third rep, and then the 30-second break in between, there's no like recovery. I can see the difference and feel the difference. It feels a lot more effective than just doing normal exercises.
Blood flow restriction training is the perfect tool to solve that fundamental problem. But this is something that you don't see everywhere, and you don't see very many places in Indiana at all.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off. Welcome in everybody here at the half. Sidney Crow leading all scorers with 10 points. Shayna Temple has 1 for St. Francis. Lauren McBriar with 9. Tyon McKenzie with 1 point. Savannah Buck with 7. 3 for Emma Applegate. 2 for Whitney Will and 2 for Treasure Hurst. Leading the Lady Cougars in rebounding is Whitney Will with 3 and Savannah Buck with 3. Savannah also leading the team with 3 assists. Looking at MVNU, 4 points by Maggie Koblenz, 2 for Rachel Perry, 3 for Rachel Perks. Elizabeth Fee has a point. Daniela Brock with 7 on 3 of 5 shooting. 3 from Cassidy Kane. Kayla Hovorka with 5 points and Taylor Gregory with 4. MVNU is only out-rebounding St. Francis 17-15. St. Francis shooting 48% from the field, 42% from three-point, and is 4 of 5 from the free throw line. MVNU shooting 42% from the field, 57% from beyond the arc, on 4 of 7 from three-point land, and 5 of 9 from the free throw line. Rachel Parks is 1 of 2 from three-point, and Ella Brock, Kane, and Kayla Hovorka are all 1 for 1. Let's take a look at this play right here with 7.4 seconds remaining. Sydney Crow has been unstoppable with her dribble drives to the cup. There just sneaks it in under the arm of Gregory, one of the top shot blockers in the country. So an outstanding play by Sydney Crow, who really was our player of the game there in the first half. How about the play of Lauren McBriar? McBriar, who was 3 of 6 from three-point, showing no ill effects of that slight injury suffered against Grace. Ball faked it and knocks it down for Lauren McBriar. So folks, we'll take one more break and we'll be back with you for the second half of this game between the Ohio Cougars and your University of St. Francis Lady Cougars.
Sports medicine, especially since I've been a pro, has been a place where my game has really been able to develop in multiple facets. Injury prevention, maintenance, physical therapy, weightlifting, agility work, all the things that I need to do in order to have an NBA body. This is the place for me to go when I come back home and I need to get a workout in. Always welcome me back with open arms.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. They just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off today.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Crow. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Welcome back. Just moments away from the start of the second half. Once again, we were talking about Sidney Crow in that first half. Here's another drive, and you're penetrating to the cup, and you have Taylor Gregory down there. Shows a lot of confidence in your play. Remember, folks, it is senior day. And Lauren McBride, you see her come out on Gregory with the steal now in transition. That's Treasure Hurst. Getting her 2 points here on senior day. It was Hurst getting the start for Coach Jason Ridge. Crow's been driving from the wing. And Lauren McBriar's been knocking it down from three. Lauren entering today with 70 three-pointers made. Ranks her number 22 in the country, averaging 2.6 per game, while shooting 35% from three-point land. Sidney Crow shooting 41% from three-point land for St. Francis, hitting 34 of 84. She's the only one for USF shooting over 40%. Kara Gurka shooting 34%. Gurka also shooting 72% from the free throw line. McBriar at 82%, and Emma Applegate shooting 88% from the charity stripe, which has her nationally ranked. So we're all set here for the third quarter. And that's going to be a three-pointer to start this quarter by Ellerbrock. She now has 10 points. So the inbound pass by Buck goes to Will. We have Gurk on the near wing. McBriar, who had 9 points there in the first half, just inside the arc, has it blocked by Kane, and traveling going to be called on the block. Had Rachel Parks right behind her. So a good start here to the second half for MVNU. That'll be deflected out of bounds. 24 seconds on the shot clock. Ellerbrock double team there on the dribble drive. Gregory's all alone for a three. She was left wide open. And Taylor Gregory knocks it down. Once again, entering today, Gregory just a 28% shooter from three-point land. And Savannah Buck finds McBriar out of the corner. Will, good job with the ball fake. Easy as she was able to get number 2, Rachel Perry, off her feet. Will now has 4 points in this game. Now a turnover by MVNU. McBriar comes up with it. Crow up top. McBriar looking for a fourth three-pointer. No good. Gregory with the board. Gregory seems like she's always in the right position for a rebound. Ellerbrock, once again, we've seen that a lot where her passes just a little bit too hard, a little bit high, result in turnovers. MVNU and St. Francis both with 10 turnovers. Gregory now sitting with 4 rebounds. Ties Perry for a team high. Gurka down low. And good job by Cassidy Kane getting a hand on it as Ellerbrock picks up the loose ball. And that ball will be kicked by Buck. 25 seconds on the shot clock. It's Gregory to inbound it. Ball goes back down to Gregory, nearly stolen away by Crow. And coming up with it was Buck. So good job by Sydney Crow. Three-pointer, Crow just left short. Gregory another board. Brock sets the pick as a skip pass goes over to Rachel Parks. MVNU is just starting to really feel it from three-point land. They have now hit 7 of 10 three-pointers, shooting 70%. That'll definitely keep you in the ball game. Out rebounding St. Francis 19-15. As Ellerbrock looks to go coast to coast, has it knocked away from behind by Buck. .24 seconds on the shot clock. The inbounds pass goes over to Parks. Parks now on the near wing. Ellerbrock's 2 of 2 from beyond the arc. Rachel Parks is 2 of 3. Gregory out of the corner, looking for another 3 and drains it. The second of the quarter for Taylor Gregory, as that's going to give MVNU their biggest lead of the game at 41-37. Gregory now 2 of 3 from three-point land. Buck and the Cougs. New shot clock is Gurka falling away from the bucket. Goes off glass. Kara now with 9 points. 2-point advantage right now for MVNU. Ohio Cougars from Mount Vernon, Ohio, about 3.5-hour drive. Close to Columbus, the state's capital. Crow just was able to stay in bounds. Will's going to be fouled and will head to the charity stripe. Whitney Will currently 2 of 2 from the free throw line. She has 4 points and 4 rebounds. Her 4 rebounds ties her with Rachel Perry and Taylor Gregory for a game high. First one is good for Will. Whitney once again entering today, shooting 73% from the free throw line. Dejanay Hinton checking in now for St. Francis. And Emma Applegate also in for the Lady Cougars. So we are tied at 41. Will now has 6 points. We got a timeout going to be called. It's a 30-second timeout here for Coach Jason Ridge. What a start to this game for MVNU. Taylor Gregory with 2 3-pointers made. The Ohio Cougars currently outscoring St. Francis 12-6 in the frame. But St. Francis got them in the second quarter, 20-14. The game was tied at 15 after the first. So yeah, it'll be fun to see where Gregory ends up when the All Crossroads League teams come out. But her ability to block and get rebounds, gotta believe she'll be first team All Crossroads League. I can't think of a center that's done more, but I really don't consider Kendall Bradbury a center. She's more of a 4. And Bradbury is going to be your Crossroads League Player of the Year for sure. Her Taylor team is outstanding. I really believe that they can make a run at the national championship under Coach Jody Martinez. Used to coach at Bethel. Good, strong take by Elizabeth Fee. After that play right there, you can see why she's second on the team in scoring, averaging 18.8 per game. Only one double-digit score. They're going to call a charge on Gurkha. She dipped the shoulder. Only one double-digit score for MVNU, and that is Gregory, averaging 16.6. St. Francis, 3 players dressed today, averaging double figures. Gurkha, McBriar, and Applegate. Crow averaging 8.5 right behind those 3. We also had Lindley Kistler averaging 11.3 points per game before her injury. Gregory down on the block. Good defense there by Applegate, as she was straight up on the defense. They'll go to the corner. Back up, 3-point attempt. That one's left short by Parks. Parks currently with 6 points for MVNU. Gurkha squeaks through, but her shot's too hard off glass. Fee handling the rock for MVNU. She'll put on the brakes, and that's going to be a travel as she lost her right pivot foot. So that's the 13th turnover for MVNU. Currently St. Francis with 12. Ella Brock's going to check back into the game for Kane. Lady Cougars all wearing the white Nikes down on the floor. And a big collision between Ella Brock and Applegate. As the foul goes against Ella Brock, that'll be her first, team's third. With 3:37 left to play in the third. Gurkha going to be fouled down low, goes against Gregory, that'll be her second. Currently, Spring Arbor is beating Goshen 45-38. It's Huntington over Bethel 48-28. And Taylor now has a commanding lead over Grace at 52-32. So that's exactly how we needed it to play out for St. Francis to host on Tuesday. And it looks like the Lady Cougars will host Huntington here at the Hut. And St. Francis has swept Huntington on the season. We are tied at 43 after Gurkha hits both her free throws. Savannah Buck checks out of the game. McKenzie in for St. Francis. Tyon has got the defense on Ellerbrock. The Lady Cougars are still in a zone defense. Gregory could not finish from point-blank range, but the offensive putback is good. So count it a score and a rebound for Gregory. She's got 5 rebounds now with 12 points. Crow going to check in for McBriar. Gregory a perfect 2 of 2 now, a perfect 3 of 3 from the free throw line. MVNU goes up by 6. Savannah Buck back on the floor. She and McKenzie on the floor at the same time as that was tipped away by Fee. Ellebrock nearly had that pass stolen by McKenzie. You can see the quicks by number 12 on the floor. Quickest player that St. Francis has. And down low. Coming up with the board is Dejanay Hinton off the Madison near miss. Now Hinton goes off glass for her first 2 points of the game to pull St. Francis to within 1. 46-45. The other big matchup on the day is Indiana Wesleyan at Marion. Elizabeth Fee getting her scoring going here in the second half. She's now got 5. 48-45 your score. Foul goes against Cassidy Kane, I believe. She just now checked in. It'll be Savannah Buck with the inbounds. .14 seconds on the shot clock. Hinton all alone for that offensive board. Goes to save it. And they'll go back to Dejanay. And a block from behind. That was number 23, Kayla Hovorka. So once again, definitely letting them play here at the Hut. Looking at the team fouls, 10 for MVNU, 9 for St. Francis. And that will do it, a shot clock violation. Get you a score on that Indiana Wesleyan Marion matchup. Marion's got a lot going on today. Fee goes back out. 10 seconds, and we got a jump ball going to be called. Possession arrow in favor of St. Francis. McKenzie. A blocking foul going to be called on Ellebrock. She had her back to Will. I'll have to look at that one again. Looks like Wesleyan's up 32-28 over Marion. So for Ellebrock, that'll be her second, team's 5th, as Will shoot a pair. First one rims in for Whitney. Whitney Will, 5 of 5 now from the free throw line, 6 of 6. Pull St. Francis to within 1. Cougars on the press. Fee goes over to Kane. Ellebrock looking down low as Gregory's on the bench. And a foul going to be called. Some hand checking going on between Savannah Buck and number 5, Madison Neer. But Neer's going to pick up the foul. McKenzie leaves the floor. Gurka back in. One minute remaining here in the third quarter. Quarter that's been good to MVNU. Was nearly coming up with the steal there was Havorka, the freshman. Mount Vernon Naz currently outscoring St. Francis 19-12 in this quarter. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Look at Savannah Buck, uncontested. So for Savannah, that'll be her first 2 points of the game. Big 2, as it gives St. Francis back the lead, 49-48. Two-second difference between the game clock and shot clock. Havorka is going to be fouled and will head to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Take a look at the blocking foul on the other end. And absolutely, Ella Brock stepped in simultaneously. First free throw is rims in. So we're back to being tied up at 49. Havorka now 3 of 4 from the free throw line. She has 6 points. Second one's good as well. 3 seconds, 2. McKenzie, can she get a shot off? Nearly got all the way to the cup, but missed the runner from 10 feet. So we'll enter the fourth quarter. Mount Vernon Naz up by 1. You're watching Lady Cougar basketball here at Summit City's, the University of St. Francis.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off today. It's the Cougar Pet Band. Done a great job here on this regular season finale day, a doubleheader here at the Hut. This year has been the most doubleheaders we've ever had. I want to say every single matchup has been outside of maybe 3. Cougars playing at Bethel this past Tuesday and Wednesday. Wednesday for the women, Tuesday for the men. Obviously that not a doubleheader. 10 seconds on the shot clock for Danny Ellebrock. Down low, charging going to be called on Havorka. Game from the referee standpoint has been pretty wild. There's McBriar. That's very similar to the play that she tweaked her knee on against Grace. Except for the one against Grace, she made the shot. McBriar ties this game up at 50. She's now 1 of 1 from the free throw line. Once again, entering today an 82% free throw shooter. She's just flat out a shooter. St. Francis was outscored 21-14 in that third quarter. That's going to be a foul on McBriar. That'll be her first. Team's first. So Gregory to shoot 2. She's now 4 of 4 from the charity stripe. Gregory's sitting with 14 points, which is a game high. Gurkha has a team high for St. Francis at 11. 52-51, Ohio Cougars. McBriar is being guarded by number 10, Rachel Parks. Parks a good defender. As the lob goes into McKenzie, she has her shot blocked by Gregory. Ellebrock, left-hand dribble drive, spins down on the baseline, and a foul going to go against Buck on Gregory. So for Savannah, that's her second, team second. Both teams now with 2 fouls, 2 team fouls. As that free throw is up and in. Gregory now is 16. Once again, entering today is 64% free throw shooter. But she has been on fire now, 7 of 7 from the free throw line in this game. What a great shooting game for Gregory, who's 4 of 7 from the field and 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. She did not have her best shooting day the first time around against St. Francis, where she was 3 of 11 from the field and 0 of 4 from beyond the arc. She did have 14 boards in that game. So McKenzie gets fouled by Avorka. Tyon hits her first. McKenzie now 2 of 3 from the free throw line in this game. Tyon with career high a week ago with 11 points, hits both of them. St. Francis now pulls within 1. McKenzie with 3 points and now comes up with a steal. She tries to keep it alive. And it's going to be a jump ball to St. Francis. The most points Gregory scored this year is 28. That was against Marion. And her most rebounds was 19 against Roosevelt. 17 of those were defensive boards. Deep three-pointer, McBriar. That was tailing off to the left. Good job of saving it by Gurkha into McBriar. Now Crow. Crow just needs to keep on driving to the cup. That time cannot finish with the left. And another jump ball, this one going to MVNU. MVNU breaks. Ellebrock, 7:36 remaining. Her team up by 1. Kane left all alone in the corner. Her three-pointer was off the heel. Gregory on the baseline turns it over. So they say she had possession. That's another rebound, though, for Gregory. She now has 8 to go with her 17 points. Once again, she does lead the Crossroads League in double-doubles. 17 on the year. Will being guarded by Gregory, top of the key. Leaves it wide open for Gurkha down low. McBriar looking to drive, was walled off. Parks, good defense. McKenzie down low. Tyon cannot get that shot to fall. That one was rebounded by Kane. Fee looking for the skip pass, stolen by McKenzie. 2 quick steals here by Tyon McKenzie in the 4th. And Ellerbrock just went flying by as Crow put on the brakes. Gurka down low. Nice offensive board by Whitney Will as Gurka was contested by Gregory. She's going to try it one more time. Gurka's getting triple teamed down there on the block. These refs just, like I said, from the outset, really just letting them play. And I guess that's fine as long as it's consistent. This is more like the old school NBA. As that ball's turned over to Crow. Old school NBA of Bill Lambier and Dennis Rodman. .12 seconds on the shot clock. McKenzie with the drive in the lane. That's going to be rebounded by Will, who's fouled from behind by Gregory. For Taylor, that'll be her 3rd. Will looking for the and 1. Tyon McKenzie's going to check out. Buck back in. Fee is out, and Rachel Perry's back in for MVNU. Whitney Will, oh, that's her first miss on the day. She's now 6 of 7 from the free throw line. And a timeout going to be called by MVNU. That one right there would be a 30-second timeout. It's Mount Vernon Nass with the timeout, excuse me. St. Francis with 4 left. Take another look at Whitney Will. Not an easy task going up against Gregory. Will works her way down to get that offensive board. That was Gregory from behind. Called with the foul. .5:38 left to play in this game. And St. Francis up 55-54. After that Whitney Will make. We'll see who takes over here, or tries to take over for MVNU. So that skip pass goes to Gregory. And now the charge going to be called on number 10, Rachel Parks. All the way. Once again, anytime you lower your shoulder like that, make yourself to look like a running back in football, they're going to call you with the charge. Now that time the officials had to confer, but they got the right call. Getting a hand on him was Kane, 19 seconds on the shot clock. Buck goes up top to Will. Deep three-pointer, McBriar knocks it down. Huge triple try for Lauren McBriar. She now has 14. That'll extend that lead to 4 points now for St. Francis. This is where you need your best players to step up, and Lauren McBriar is doing that for the Cougars. Ellerbrock, good defense played by Buck. Out of the corner, three-pointer is good. Answering is Rachel Parks. Parks now with 9 points. She is 3 of 5 from three-point. Three-pointer by Savannah Buck. That was halfway down and popped out. Ellerbrock near travel there. Another three-point attempt. That time it's no good by Parks. Absolutely, you want her to shoot it though. She's been shooting it well from three-point. 1 point advantage right now for St. Francis, up 58-57. Crow down low. And that's Whitney Will with another offensive board. Whitney Will now has 7 rebounds in this game. She's good at getting the dirty work done for St. Francis. Gurka with the spin move, fadeaway jumper. Will with another offensive rebound in a game where they're really letting them play, and then Gurka goes off glass. 3-point advantage for St. Francis. Gurka now with 13 points. And that's a travel going to be called on Parks. St. Francis really starting to take control of this game. So Will's going to check out of the game. Emma Applegate in. Emma over the timeline. She's got 3 points in this one, hit a big three-pointer in the first half. St. Francis men's basketball team ready to come out, as that's a good triple try for McBriar, now with 17 points. Lauren, 5 of 9 from three-point land, been outstanding. Kavorka gets fouled. She'll head to the charity stripe. Now 5 of 6 from the free throw line in this game. She has 8. (63-58) is your score. Buck looking down low for Gurka. Foul called against Applegate. That'll be her 4th. Whitney Will is going to check in for Emma. McKenzie in for McBriar. So defense for offense. MVNU with 1:43 remaining. You would think they'd get it to Gregory. Down low, get some easy points quickly. Gregory 4 of 7 from the field. On the run, that shot's off the mark by Hovorka. Now a steal by Parks. She'll look to go coast to coast. Good defense by Buck. But still it's Parks that's able to convert. Now it's just a 3-point game. For Rachel Parks, her 10th point. We got a timeout going to be called by St. Francis coach Jason Ridge, and that's a full timeout. We'll be right back with the conclusion of today's game after this quick message.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
The chapel project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Welcome back, everyone, to the hut. Once again, that was the Cougar Pep Band. The Cougar marching pride in the fall for the football season. 3-point advantage for MVNU. It's Buck with the inbounds pass as McBriar gets tripped up, gets back on her feet. MVNU fans wanting to push off on McBriar. Feet goes down low to Gurka. Cougars desperately needed those two. 5-point advantage. And now a time going to be called by MVNU. That's a full timeout. We are back. St. Francis with a 5-point advantage. With the inbounds is going to be number 15, Cassidy Kane. And foul going over the back. They're going to call that on Buck. It's going to go against Tyon McKenzie, number 12. So Gregory back to the free throw line, where she's a perfect 7 of 7. Will miss the first. So in the waning moments of this game, Gregory's gone missing, and St. Francis has the 5-point advantage. I'm thinking she's going to be all Crossroads League second team this year as she hits the second. Now a foul or a timeout taken by Coach Ridge. Was a huge three-pointer here by Lauren McBriar. Obviously, there's no limit to her range. We've seen her hit them from 30 feet out. At that time, 8 feet beyond the arc. So McBriar drains it. Lauren sitting with 17 points is 5 of 9 from three-point. She was 3 of 6 from beyond the arc at halftime. Still 2 big, key, clutch three-pointers there in the fourth quarter. They'll be knocked away by Gregory. Shot clock still reading 30. It's Crow to inbound it, and Buck is fouled right away by Parks. That'll be her third. Both teams currently in the double bonus. Savannah, her first trip to the charity stripe. The first one is no good. Entering today, Savannah shooting 88% from the free throw line. McKenzie going to check in for McBriar for defense. Here with a 4-point lead. Timeout by MVNU, which will be a full timeout. We'll be right back for the conclusion of today's game.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off today. We are back here with 38.8 seconds remaining. St. Francis just dominating this fourth quarter, 17-11. After losing the third, 21-14. Took the second quarter, 20-14, and it was tied at 15 after the first. Ella Brock with the ball. Just throws it off the side of the backboard. It's going to be a problem here for MVNU. Ella Brock entering today shooting 30% from the field. Not what the Ohio Cougars needed. So another full timeout called. Each team now sitting with one. This one on St. Francis. See some updated scores here. It's Huntington. Wow, Bethel came back. Huntington's up 69-66. That should end up being a final. There's 2 seconds remaining. Taylor just working Grace, 92-66. Spring Arbor beating Goshen 69-53. And over at Marion, it's the Knights up 58-53 over Indiana Wesleyan. Once again, the men's game will tip off about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this game. Crossroads League tournament starts this Tuesday. The number 4 seed at the number 5 seed. It's looking like St. Francis is your number 4 seed and will be hosting Huntington this Tuesday. Once again, St. Francis sweeping the Lady Foresters on the season as McBriar is fouled right away by Parks. In the first matchup here at the Hut, St. Francis winning at 68-47 over then ranked number 24 ranked Huntington. And then on January the 23rd, Huntington receiving votes and lost 66-59. So McBriar, perfect 3 of 3, now perfect 4 of 4. And that's going to be a 30-second timeout taken by MVNU, so we've exhausted all of them there for the Ohio Cougars. So a great setup there for the Cougar Pep Band. They're just right across the gym from the MVNU bench. It does get loud here in this Hutzel Athletic Center when the band starts playing. Out of the corner, Parks has it blocked by Whitney Will. Big block on the perimeter by Will, who has had arguably the best game of her career today. 10 points, 8 rebounds, 6 of 7 from the free throw line, 2 of 3 from the field. Just heard somebody yell MVP, and I think you could give it to Whitney Will for her play today, going up against Gregory. Gregory still getting 18 points, 9 rebounds, as that first free throw is a miss by Crow. But still, it's St. Francis up by 7. Second one's a miss too. Gregory with the rebound. Parks goes back to Ellebrock for a 3. That one's an air ball. With the rebound was Fee. Now it's Gregory for 3. That one off the heel. McKenzie with the board, and she's fouled right away. Just 7 seconds remaining. But that is going to do it in this game. St. Francis is going to increase its record to 19-11 overall. 11-7 in the Crossroads League, and will still share 4th place with Huntington. But once again, Lady Cougars owning the tiebreaker. MVNU will fall to 6-12 in the Crossroads League. MVNU will be your number 7 seed, where they'll take on number 2 seed. That's going to be, I think that's going to be Marion. I think Taylor will get the number 1 seed. And it'll be Indiana Wesleyan, the 3 seed. McKenzie, that one just left short. So the score remains at 68-61. Go over the scoring for you. As of right now, Maggie Koblenz with 4 points. And 0.1 seconds remaining. So St. Francis going to win this game 68-61. Koblenz with 4 points, 2 points, 4 rebounds for Rachel Perry, 11 points, 3 rebounds for Rachel Parks. And coming off the floor for the last time is the senior Treasure Hurst. A good, nice hug from Coach Ridge. With 5 points, it's Elizabeth Fee. Ellebrock with 10 points on 4 of 9 shooting from the field, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. 3 points for Cassidy Kane, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 8 points for Kayla Lavorka, and 18 points, 10 rebounds, 18th double-double for Taylor Gregory. For St. Francis, 1.1 rebound for Shayna Temple. Crow with 10 points, 2 boards. Lauren McBriar, 19 points, 2 rebounds. 2 points, 2 rebounds for Dejanay Hinton. 3 and 2 for Tyon McKenzie. 3 and 5 for Savannah Buck. 15 points, 2 boards for Gurkha. 3 and 2 for Applegate. And 10 and 8 for Whitney Will. Treasure Hurst, 2 points, 1 assist, 2 rebounds on 1 of 2 shooting from the field. Folks, thanks for joining us. That's the final here. Lady Cougars win it 68-61.